time, I walked into an event. I went to this event. I walked in. I greeted the people who were working there. And the minute I walked in, this girl did a double take. I said hi to everybody there. Then somebody comes up to me who's working the event and pulls me to the side and say, "Hey, can I speak to you for a second?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, well, one of the people who work here said that you make them uncomfortable. You made them uncomfortable." I said, "I literally just got here. I didn't even have a full out conversation with anyone. Like, what are you talking about?" And this person points at the girl that I felt the jealousy from.
If you are cool with someone, right? Or so you think that you guys are cool, you think you guys are good, right? Then when you meet their circle, the energy is off. That means that they talk about you. That means that they are having side conversations, personal conversations, or they are talking negatively about you behind your back when you are not present. Now, in a perfect world, right? In a perfect world, if you don't like somebody, you stay away from them, right? Most humans are not going to do that. They're going to just be in this frenemy or family frenemy thing with you where they secretly have, they don't like you or they feel insecure or jealous or envious, but they don't want to break that bond. So they're just going to do all this damage behind the scenes and social sabotage to covertly hurt you behind the scenes. They're secretly having side conversations about you, right? Now, I'm really good at being able to spot this. It's loser behavior, essentially. Like, you're sitting around and you're talking about me when I'm not around. Like, you have to be a total loser to talk about me when I'm not around and then smile in my face when you see me and hug me and compliment me. But this is the type of behaviors that many people carry on with because they're losers. Essentially, they're a loser. Like, if you don't like someone and you hang out with them, you're a loser. If I don't like someone, I'm never going to be around them, and I will make sure that they are never around me. If I have the power to keep them out of my vicinity, they will never get in my presence because I don't like the person, right? But some people, they secretly don't like you, but they, for some reason, cannot build the courage to separate themselves from you. And the reason why, it's because it's not that they don't like you. That's not what it is. It's that they're jealous of you. Because jealousy is love and hate at the same time. It's two emotions. When somebody is jealous of you, they hate you, but they love you simultaneously. So that's why a lot of you guys are like, okay, well, if this person doesn't like me and they're talking bad about me to their circle, Mel, why are they still trying to be around me? Because they love you. They do. They love you at the same time. That emotion, they're constantly splitting. So social sabotage is the go-to that most people, women use this a lot. They use this to destroy other women. That's why you have to choose your circle wisely, okay? I had a family member of mine that I thought we were cool. Anything this person needed, they would come to me. Any event that they need help with, they would come to me. Anything that they needed to help creating, they would come to me. So I thought that we were on good terms. But, at this age, what I've learned with a lot of men and women is they have these hidden feelings towards you that you're not aware of. And they are secretly hoping that you can't, they're secretly hoping, essentially, these type of people, they're sociopaths. Like she's a sociopath. These type of people who do these weird things where they secretly don't like the person, but they're creating traps for the person to fall into while simultaneously acting like they like the person, that's a sociopath. Okay, that's a Machiavellian, right? These type of people, essentially, they are trying to destroy you in covert ways, meaning you're never going to put two and two together if you don't pay close attention to what they are doing. So I had this family member where I thought we were on good terms, right? I thought we were cool. I thought we were on good terms, right? Until every time she would have an event and I would meet her girlfriends, right? Her friends. They're not my friends. They're her friends. they would have very weird energy towards me. Very weird, like just, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I had a feeling that the energy that her friends had towards me was very odd, right? I didn't understand why until I realized that my cousin was secretly jealous and envious of me. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that explains why her friends feel that way towards me, because she talks about me. And this goes back to that video I made on why you have to protect yourself from women, because women will put you in dangerous scenarios, okay? Women will put you in very dangerous situations, because a lot of times women have a hard time being straightforward. So because they don't know how to be straightforward, and when they meet a woman that is straightforward, they don't like her, because women are very covert with the way they approach life. That's why women are passive aggressive. That's why they, when they're talking, they have to throw in shade. They have a difficult time coming, they can't come at you with their chests. They have to beat around the bush and tap dance, because women approach things covertly. Women are passive aggressive, men are aggressive, meaning usually when a man doesn't like you, you're going to be able to spot it right away. But with women, it's harder because they're covert about everything. So when I noticed that her friends didn't like me, I noticed that it was because she was talking to me about them. But I found it weird because I thought me and her were on good terms. And any time that we had an issue, she was the antagonist. She was the aggressor. And after a while, when I kept forgiving her over and over again, I realized every time me and you have a falling out, it's because you did something. So that tells me that you don't like me, but yet I'm always the one giving you an opportunity to repair the relationship. Why don't you just stay away from me and I stay away from you? Which is where we are right now, and that's never going to change. But what I'm saying is she was talking about me in a negative way to these people. So I'm around these people who have this perception about me that's not true. They have a perception of me that you created based on your jealousy and your insecurity. Okay, so this method is used when someone feels threatened by you, but they don't want to end the relationship with you. So they will try to destroy you by way of social isolation and social sabotage because they feel threatened by you. Some women do this from afar. I've had women at work, I've had women at social settings in certain industries, I've had women even online that will create some weird imaginary beef with me, and they don't even know me, but they will try to create it. I know it's because they want my attention. It's not, they just want me to, they want me to acknowledge them, which is never going to happen, but that's what they desire. So the only way they can do that is by talking about me negatively or spreading lies. It's part of social sabotage. This is what a lot of women do. A lot of women get close to women and men, and they're prying and they're trying to get all this information, and they're asking you all these questions, and they're doing all this stuff towards you because they want to have ammo when they start their social sabotage. So why jealous people use social sabotage? If they don't like you, no one can. Many people, if they don't like you, they can't just not like you by themselves. They have to get the world to not like you. They can't just not like you on their own. This is something that women do a lot, I feel like. I feel like when a woman doesn't like another woman, it becomes very dangerous. Meaning, their goal is to destroy you in every way they possibly can. That's why the notion that women are harmless is one of the worst things that society could have preached to women and men, because women will destroy you if they don't like you. And they will do social damage, lies, schemes, whatever it is, to make sure that the world doesn't like you in order for them to feel satisfied. That is how women operate. That is how they get through the world. And when you understand that, they are going to understand why you keep them at a distance, because unfortunately, you have to protect yourself as a woman and as a man. A lot of women that try to go after a man and it doesn't work, she'll wake up one day and say, oh, he SA'd me, even though that didn't happen. But the fact that he rejected her, she has to spread that rumor about him. It's social sabotage. Second to that is an envious, jealous person, male or female, will covertly try and turn people against you because maybe they don't want you to reach a certain goal, right? Maybe they know that a promotion is on the table or an opportunity is on the table, or they know that you possibly have the potential to become great. They start social sabotaging and putting little bugs in people's ear so that they don't work with you, okay? They will talk about you to their friends and family in a negative light because sometimes people do this because they don't want you to tell the truth. So they get ahead of you by telling a lie so that the whole world already doesn't like you. So you don't have the power to vouch for yourself. This is something that jealous people do a lot. If they can turn everybody against you before the truth comes out, because people are easily, manipulated, they can win the case. They will talk negatively about you to the boss, the employees, the colleagues. If they see your boss starts to like you, they will start spreading lies. Social isolation is their go-to in order to make you feel rejected. They will use and weaponize information given to them to essentially destroy your reputation. Reputation ruining, reputation destruction, social sabotage, social isolation. This is something that jealous women use a lot. If they find a woman that they feel insecure about, the number one thing that they are going to do, it's like a pamphlet they follow. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to try and destroy their reputation, which is why there was a time I went out to eat with a young lady a couple of years ago. We were trying to be cool, and I was cool with her and another woman. And when I sat with her specifically and we were having drinks, she started tearing this other girl to shreds, right? And talking about her in a negative light and saying all these things. And I'm looking at her and I'm laughing. And she thinks I'm laughing with her, but I'm laughing at her because she thinks that I'm gullible enough to fall for what she's doing, and that I'm not going to make my own conclusions on both of them individually. I don't allow women to recruit me on their hate trains because I know women, their go-to is social sabotage. So when a woman comes to me and talks about a woman in a negative light, yeah, I'll take what she says into consideration, but I'm going to make my own assessments on that other woman based on my relationship with her. I'm not going to go based on what you tell me, because women like to use social sabotage and social isolation to, essentially destroy another woman's reputation. So I don't allow them to do that. So this time, she thought I was laughing with her. I was laughing at her because in my head, I'm like, wow, she thinks I'm dumb. She thinks that I'm going to just take in what she's telling me for certain, and that I'm going to just start acting weird towards the other girl because of what she's telling me. But I go through life in grown women energy. I will make my conclusions on the other individual on my own time, and I will decide if what you're saying is truth or not based on, I'm going to let things play out, right?
I worked in HR for several years, so in this class, I am going to teach you guys tips, tricks, and valuable information so you can be a corporate Spartan. It is not easy working in corporate America, but if you have the right office politics and you know your rights legally, that will definitely help you have a more enjoyable experience. So this class, I will be teaching you from an HR standpoint, what to do, what not to do, and how to jump paths so that you can get the promotions that you always wanted, what to look out for and what not to look out for in office politics. Also, next class on power. Power is very, very important. This class is not about feminine power. It's about power in life and having staying power. To get through life, when you're dealing with humans, men and women, you need to learn how to make sure that you have staying power, and you need to learn how to make sure that all of the moves that you make sense so you can always be 25 steps ahead of everyone else, because life is chess, not checkers.